5-Minute Mom. So, I thought I would address something today that I've been thinking a lot about and I don't really understand. So that probably means that I'm missing something. I was leaning against the door and it wasn't all the way open. It's kind of funny to me anyway. So anyway, why don't we have like streaming accounts, like video accounts that are streaming, like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or whatever? We've had them in the past. Why don't we have them now? Well, I mean, there's a really super easy answer for that. For me, it's not something I'm going to put my money towards just because it's a waste of money and a waste of time. So that's from my perspective. Do I like watching TV? Yes, I like watching TV. Do I like some of the shows they have on Hulu or Prime or Netflix? Yes, I do. I like those shows. I like humor. I like drama. I like, I guess, comedy, you would say. You know, even some of like the action and the historical things and whatever. And yeah, I like watching movies. I like watching series and sitcoms and things like that. I'm a big TV person, but there's always the library. I mean, maybe that sounds really terrible, but it's free. And you can find tons of stuff on YouTube. You can find tons of stuff, like if you have Roku or like, I don't know, like different, like we have a smart TV. So there's plenty of other options that are free. And if I can cut out all these little things that add up, no, maybe like my Netflix, especially if it's a shared thing with family, maybe that isn't going to add up to that much over the course of a year. But if my mindset is, what can I cut out that I don't actually need to be reaching some of my other financial goals, that's where I'm at with it. So I'm like, I'm going to try and maintain that mentality that this is unnecessary and I'm going to trim the fat with that. So, totally having a first world problems video. I've been talking a lot to a friend of mine whose family actually has been doing mission work in like Peru and Ecuador for over a decade now. Like with her family, they're like a growing family. Like, you know, she's a young-ish mom, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I still consider myself a youngish mom. I'm a mom with young kids, so I think that qualifies me. So anyway, so my point here is I'm rambling. I don't want to pay for it, and also it's a waste of my time. TV in general, we all know it's a waste of time. We all know it's a waste of time, but we still do it, and sometimes it's educational, but I just spend way more time than I should in front of my phone or the television. So that's just something I'm working on. So that's why I don't have it. Like, that's the easy reason I don't have it. But I've also been thinking, like, I have like an ethical or moral complaint with some of these platforms. Is that what they're called? Companies? Live stream companies, video streaming companies. So how many of you remember when you could go rent a video, like to a brick and mortar store? I'm sure there still are some, but I'm talking like Blockbuster. Like rent not DVD, rent a VHS tape. Thumbs up if you remember those days, right? You go rent a video from like Family Video or whatever little video rental place you have. So I remember we had a little video rental place growing up by our house, and we would go and rent videos there, right? Through high school and then like into college. And I'm sorry, I should just open the door all the way because I keep leaning against it. It moves. So we would go rent videos from there, whatever. It was cheap. It was close to our house. And then I remember at a certain point I went in, and I don't know if it was something they added or just something that I noticed, that there was like a door at the back of the place. And for some reason it just caught my eye one day, and I was like, what's through there? Like, what is that, like the children's section? I mean, they had a children's this is me, like, you can't, I'm gray now, but like totally blonde, right? And the guy is like, that's the adult section. And he seemed like really confused that I wouldn't know that. And then he was like, you're probably not looking for anything back there. And of course I'm like, you know, whatever. I was probably like, you know, 18 or 19 and looked like I was 14. So, yeah, no, I wasn't looking for anything back there. But I will say this, we quit going there. Like, we quit renting from that place as a family. Like, we were like, oh, no. And I think family was even, like, in their title, you know. But we quit going there because we didn't want to support that. Because as a family, that's part of our family values is to not support pornography. And I think I might have, like, let him know, or we let them know or something. Like, hey, we're not going to come here anymore. We don't appreciate this. This isn't, like, we don't want this in our community. Okay, now... so here's what I don't understand. If I'm not going to walk into a store that sells pornography or that allows you to rent pornography, why would I pay for a monthly video streaming platform or company or whatever you call it that does the same thing? And would I ever walk into a brick and mortar store that sold child pornography? I mean, I'd be worried if I did that, even if it was like hidden in a back room, that there could be legal ramifications for that. But I'm like, ew, you know, like, first of all, like, what, like, it's horrible. So why? So I don't understand how people still have their Netflix accounts when it's very clear, if it's not clear, it should be clear, that they have child pornography on their site. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe at this point it's taken down. It's a story I haven't followed. If you don't know what I'm talking about the movie that came out called Cuties that was hotly debated. I did a video on it. I actually watched it. It 100% is child pornography by legal definition, but I don't even know why you would need that. If you watched it, you'd be like, yikes, like, take that shit down. So anyway, that's it. That's my 5-minute mom for today. I don't understand how people still have their Netflix subscriptions and pay